Welcome! Today I'm going to show you how to use Blender as a video editor. Now this video editor is actually pretty easy to use. Now before the video starts, I just want to mention that I'm using Blender 2.91. So if you have a different version, it might not work. Things might not be the same. But if you have 2.91, good. It will be the exact same because of the same version. If you have a similar one, it should work. There might be little differences, but just keep that in mind. So, to get to the video editor, we have our normal screen here. We just press video editing. And then we are here. So this is our timeline. This is the display port. This is where the video is going to be. We have a file explorer, a little detail window, and another detail window. Now we need to get some video in here. So you can grab your video from the file explorer that it comes with. But I'm just going to use the normal Windows one. So I'm going to get my VRChat video because, yeah. And I'm going to just drag it in and put on track 1. Let's minimize that. Then here is our video. So if we play it, it's just going to play this little gray spot. See? That's because the gray area is what it's going to play, and this darker gray area is what's not going to play. So we can just do page up to go all the way to the end of the clip, and then right here we can do Control-C, and then Control-V, and there we go. Now it's going to play our entire clip, so you can see it's playing our entire clip, beginning to end. Now I'm going to just show you how to quickly trim videos. Let's see. It just ends here. I want it to be when I spawn back in. Actually, I'm just going to end it right here. So one way you could do it is by going, so yeah, you select the video, which is the blue one. You click this little gray spot, and you drag it to your cursor. And the same with the audio, which is the green one. But then you risk having the audio or the video longer than the audio or video. So what you can do is just shift click, and then click here, and I was holding shift that entire time, and then just normally dragging it like that. And I'm just going to do it again so that I'm going to show you another way you can do it, but I just want that. So what you can do is, first of all, select them. You can select it by box selecting it like that. You can press K, which is cut, and it will cut where your cursor thing is. And then it has these two clips. Delete that, and then drag select them, and put them on frame 1, so it starts from when the video starts. So that is 2 ways you can trim the video. But trimming videos are good and all, but we need some text to make the video more personalized. So let's add some text just right here. So you can add anything by doing Shift A, or what you can do is right here, add. Shift A is just easier for me, so that's what I'm going to do. And then there's text right here. Zoom in so you can see it better. But we need to make this longer, so I'm going to click on the end again and drag it out like that. And then if we go to this window, you can go to text and just say hello. And now you can see that it is right here. It's too small, so let's turn up the size. And then here we can do the location of the X and the Y. We can turn on a shadow so you can see a little better, and it's still looking a little nicer. And then here we can change the colors. We have HSV, hex, and RGB. I'm gonna use RGB just because it's a little more familiar. So you can drag it on this little color wheel or edit it with this. I'm gonna just do the color wheel. I'm gonna do green. Let's watch it. Cool. So now let's do zooming in and stretching. Now this is also very easy, so I'm just going to do it here. I'm going to click on my video. I'm going to press K. And I'm going to go down. Let's go right here. And press K again. In this video clip. Let's zoom in on the mute symbol. So I'm going to do Shift A to add, and then Effect Strip, Transform. And then we go back in this window and we can change the scale. So let's try 5 starting off. And then we use the X and Y to change the coordinates that's being shown, the X and the Y. There we go. Now let's look at it. Perfect. Now I'm going to go to the end of my clip. And I'm going to show you how to fast forward. First, I am going to select my video and press K. And then select the section I want to add something to. So add effect strip and speed control. And I'll have a pop-up window or pop-up like bar thing, just like the transform or text. And then right here, I can change the speed. So let's see how that looks. And we can see that we fell much farther. But it's a little hard to see, so I'm just gonna bump it up a lot. So now we can see that went really fast. And you can go a lot. It is a little sensitive though. There we go. So those are 3 basic things. Now I'm going to show you picture in picture. I'm just going to select this clip, press K, select that one, press K. I'm going to select this. I'm just going to move my cursor. Shift A, effect strip, and transform again. Actually, no, we need another clip. So I'm going to drag in this one. There we go. We have a new video, but it overrides it. See? So I'm going to delete my audio because there's no audio in this clip. I'm going to trim it down and just drop it down right there. And then I'm going to do Shift A, effect strip, transform. And right here, we put this on alpha over. And then now we can scale it. So let's try 0.25 and 0.25. Now this can be useful for like face cam or just like putting something on the screen for reference in your video. And then there we go. Now we have a video playing on top of another video. And those are some really basic and easy things. But now I need to tell you about some things you have to do or else your video will not work at all. So we go in this panel in file format, FFmpeg video. And the frame rate, you want to leave that alone. If you imported a video, just leave it at what it is because it does it automatically. We go here. This is where it's saving to. And I'm going to put in my Blender video editing and saves folder and just accept. Now that we have that out of the way, let's put some music in because music makes your video a lot better. So I'm going to go to YouTube background music. I'm just going to plop this one in. And now we have some music. So I'm just going to move the entire thing up just so it's a little cleaner. And don't worry, this won't affect how the video looks at all. I'm gonna move my audio, and you can see how the audio is like really long. So I'm just gonna trim that down. And I'm gonna zoom in a lot so I can make sure that everything is precise. There we go. And now we have audio. But I want to affect the audio, so I can just right click, and we have some simple things here. We can insert a gap, we can do this stuff. But if you just look around in the editor, you can find some really cool things. And yeah, so I was looking around here earlier, and I found fade in. I have to select it. You always have to make sure it's selected. But fade in and out. And here, you can see a little wave going in and out. And then, if you go over here, display waveform. This will show you how the sound waves of your audio. And then, let's turn the music up to 1. And let's play. So you can hear the music in the background. Everything's coming together. Alright, but did you see how it was really laggy? That's because the frames per second is really low. Now, don't worry, your actual video is not going to be low. It's going to be, for me, it's going to be 60 frames per second. It's just like that because it's rendering everything for the first time. Now that we have audio, though, we have to go to encoding. And under audio, we do AAC. Now, I only know this because I saw a tutorial about adding audio, and the guy in the tutorial said, you want to do AAC just because that's the most reliable and it works. So now we have a good video, but we have a bunch of dead space, so let's just select our audio and press page up. And now it's at the end of the clip, so we're just going to do like we did. Beginning, Control C, Control V. There we go. Now it is complete. So now we can go up to render and render animation. Now this is what this is going to do is it's going to take our video and go frame by frame rendering it so that it is a exportable file so that we can watch it. So let's click that. And you can really see it's going frame by frame. Now, this will take a while, and if your PC isn't good, like I'm using a laptop, so it can get pretty hot. I've seen it get up to like 100°C, but it didn't stay up that for a very long time. It only spiked and then went back down. But so you might want to monitor it, but it's not too catastrophic. And then on the Blender icon, we can see a little progress bar. So it's good to watch the rendering to see if there's any mistakes. And once this is done, it's going to create a .mkv file, which is a file you can watch, just like an MP4 or a .mov. Now, this is going to be able to watch like on a Windows computer, and you can upload this file format to YouTube. But if you can't, you might need to do a file conversion, but it should work. And our file render or our video render is done, and we can see this little checkered pattern, and that means there's nothing on the screen. So we can stop that. And let's look at our files to make sure everything is good. So let's find our blended editing folder. This is where I put the video, and I put it into saves. Now I think it's this one. Yeah. So you can see that our video is smooth, thankfully. And that's going to always be like this. We can see everything is good. And we have our audio. And there's our picture-in-picture. And there's our speed up. I don't know why that happened. That might just because when you speed up, it tends to like repeat. If I put the speed up in the middle, it would start to repeat in this little section. So when you're doing that, you have to be a little more aware. But that is a very simple way to edit. If you look more into it, you can find out how to do like green screen, like VHS effects. So this editor is very capable, but it's also very easy to use. You just need to know a little bit of how to use it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I know this is a little different than what I usually do, but I thought it would just be helpful. Smash like if you liked, smash dislike if you didn't, and subscribe for better content, and I'll see you in the next video.